Welcome back. So, the Rocketstorm event has ended. What do we think of it? You guys let me know down below. Honestly, I think it was a pretty decent event. Now, I understand that as far as events go, this really wasn't anything crazy. Like, they didn't try anything too new. I mean, they tried one big thing new. But the format of the event more or less followed the same pattern that every previous event, not every, but like recent previous events have taken. And let me know what you guys think of the current event format. Do you like it? Do you want to stick with it? I do really appreciate that we got a squad for every nation. And I'm not sure if they went with a squad for every nation because of the backlash that they've received before putting in things like paratroopers, or if they decided to go this route because of the Steam release. I'm sure this event was in the works for a while, and going off of the original timetable, the original Steam release, if it didn't get pulled, should have already been in effect, and this should have been, I think, the first big event that Steam users would have had. As it turned out, the Steam release happened right in the middle of it, so unfortunately I'm sure some of them missed out on actually getting all of these squads. That being said, I would appreciate it if this was the format going forward. Not necessarily the system for acquiring things, but the format of having a squad for every nation. Don't get me wrong, previous events have been fine. The ones that have had, like, 2 squads, one for, each of 2 nations, particularly if those nations actually fight each other. There's nothing wrong with those. Whether we look at the half-track event, or we look at the engineers, or whatever, right? There've been various events this year alone, and almost all of them have had 2 squads that you could get, and they run opposing sides from each other. It's a tried and true format, and it works. So, I'm not going to complain if we get 2 squads facing off against each other, but it is icing on the cake to get 4. The downside, I think, to this is that it took a very long time to get through this event. And one of the issues that I think previous events have had is that they were too spaced out with too much junk and chaff in between. And because there were 4 squads in this, I think that was kept to a minimum. Because, yeah, you got some appearance orders and some silver, but out of, what, like, 9 rewards? I think, like, out of 9 rewards out of, like, a 16-day track, you got 4 squads, a gold weapon order, and 2 portraits. So, that's not bad. That being said, I still think that this is too long of a track. I think the solution to this is keeping a more flexible system than what we have now. Like, right now you're restricted to every other day, which is nice because you don't actually have to play the game every day. So basically, what I'm getting at is I would like them to keep the duration of event to be about a month. Like have an event, have it last 30 days from like the first of the month to the last day of the month, but make it so that you can grind it at your own pace. And we don't have to go back to the New Year's event from a couple years ago, where it was literally a score-based event, and you could sit down and grind however much score in a day you wanted to. Like, we don't have to go that extreme, but I would like it if I could sit down and play like every day for the first, I don't know, 15 days. I actually think 15 days is probably too many, but play every day for like the first 12 days and get everything in the event. And then if Timmy over here also wants to play the event, but you know, he's just not available that much, he can play every other day like we currently do. Or he can play like the first week, take a week off because it's a really busy week or he's going out of town or whatever, and then play the next like 2 weeks. I would really like the system to be a little bit more flexible like that. So, like, you can complete one task a day, there's like 12 tasks, and you have 30 days to do it. Like, that, I think, is my ideal system, because it keeps the semi-relaxed nature of not having to play every single day, and it makes it more flexible about what gaps you can take in the game. So, you can play like the first week and a half, take a week off, and play the next, week and a half and be done with the event. I don't think they'll do that though, because they've tied gold and like profit to the system, because they have an incentive if you miss a day, and I think because of that, it also encourages them to have these like filler and these chaff days in there, because they like bloat it and require you to play more, and if you miss it, then it's more that you have to throw gold at. So, like, I understand their business, they need to make money, whatever, right? Purely from like an end user perspective, I would prefer my system. The like task finished rewards are fine, I guess. The random nature of the silver is kind of whatever. 500 silver is pretty low. You can't really do anything with that. 2,000 is kind of nice. 1,500 and 1,000 are also kind of whatever. There's not really a whole lot you can do with that. I appreciate the appearance orders, though. Like, to be entirely honest, if I could only get appearance orders from these boxes, or like appearance orders and weapon upgrade orders, I'd be down for that. I would actually rather have the weapon upgrade orders than the silver, because a lot of the weapons that I'm going to upgrade are going to cost more than the silver they're going to give me. I'll probably talk about the squads themselves in their own video. This was more about, like, the event and, like, the high level. I'd be curious to know how you guys feel about the 20,000 score part of this every 2 days. In my system, I don't know if I would keep it at, like, 20,000 doesn't really bother me that much. Like, I can sit down for, like, an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that, and I can knock out the 20,000 score, but I know not everybody can do that, so I'm sure for some people 20,000 score is actually pretty significant. I think it really depends on how much you have unlocked in the tech tree. Like, for somebody just starting out, it's probably a lot more arduous than for somebody like me who has most of the tech trees completed. Like, there's just so much stuff that I can call on, and I can make, like, pretty competitive lineups if I want to. Like, it kind of just depends on what I want to get done in a day and, like, how much time I want to spend on it. I can make, like, a more aggressive or, like, a more laid-back lineup. So, it depends. Like I was saying, I'm not sure if in my system I'd want to go to, like, 1,000 a day. I feel like 1,000, or not 1,000, 10,000. Wish we could go to 1,000 a day. But, I feel like if they went to 10,000 a day, they'd probably actually make us play every day. And 20,000's probably alright. So, let me know what you guys think down below. Did you like the event? Like I said, I'll probably do a video going over the squad itself. I'm just gonna do one, because all of the squads basically follow the same format. Generally, I think that the rewards for this event were pretty decent, if a little bit boring, but recapping, like I said, I appreciate that every nation got something. And I think that that's a good change, and I hope Darkflow keeps up with that. It looks like they've at least given you the option to get one of everything from the current mini-event with the weapons. So, at least they're giving you the choice. I would appreciate it more if you actually could get one of each of those weapons, but, you know, it is what it is. Let me know what you think down below. Get out there, kick ass, take names, and win your games.
We need artillery support!
Fire!
Alright,
The enemy is starting capturing the control point.
that point!
Don't let the enemy fortify their position. Get back to the battlefield, soldier. Soldier, return now. Don't let the enemy fortify their position. Get back to the battlefield, soldier. You must return to the... Get back to the battlefield, soldier. The enemy's trying to capture our control point.
Yes! Ready, you bastards! Artillery! Fire at the square!
Copy! Artillery, fire!